Hello everyone, this is Bodhi, and welcome back to another episode on the Cornerstone SMP server. Today it is episode 6, and we have some more big plans to get done, so let's jump right into it. But first, I actually want to show you guys some stuff that I did off camera. Or actually, not even off camera, because I did it on stream. And by the way, if you're not following my Twitch channel, the link is in the description, and I would really appreciate it if you guys would go check that out. Plus, I would recommend it if you want to keep more up to date with stuff that I do on the channel. Because, yeah, I've started to stream more often than I was, especially with all the stuff we have going on the Cornerstone SMP. So, yeah, go follow that, tune into the next stream, and hopefully I'll see you guys over there. But, yeah, let me go ahead and show you what we got done on the stream, because it was a pretty eventful stream. First off, I started the stream off with just the intention of getting some netherite mining done, and I did. I got a bunch of ancient debris, which we turned some of into netherite ingots, which is really cool. Might be able to use that on to get the serious dedication achievement. So, but that's for later on. Then after that, I decided to do some more work in the nether. I made a super cool Smite 5, like maxed out sword, and I used it to fight some wither skeletons. I went at it for quite a while, and we got 3 wither skeleton skulls, okay? On our way back from that, we even got a pig step disc in a bastion, which is absolutely insane. Those things are pretty rare. And we got the piglin banner pattern, and even some piglin heads, which is super cool. I can't believe it. It was such a super good stream. But right now, we should focus on the wither skeleton skulls, because we're going to be using those in today's episode even. And I know that you guys might be expecting me to just immediately turn them into a beacon, which is a good idea. There's nothing wrong with that. But I want to think long term here. I don't want to have access to just one beacon and then have to go fight more wither skeletons. I want to have a stable supply of skulls. So the long term goal is a wither skeleton farm. But in 1.16, the best way to build a wither skeleton farm is using wither roses. And to build a wither rose farm, we need to summon a wither. So that is what we're going to be using these skulls for. And yeah, I can't wait to start building this thing up. I'm going to be using a design by Raiseworks that I'll link in the description below. And it's actually, it's complicated. I'm not smart enough to design farms like that, but it's pretty simple, all things considered. I just said it's complicated and simple. What I mean is it's not a super big farm. We've already got the hardest part done, which is getting these skulls. So that's pretty cool. The next step, besides gathering the resources, which I already did most of actually, the next step is to find an end gateway portal out in the end islands. We want to find one that's separate from the ones that are linked to the main island. And it's pretty cool because Chunkbase just introduced a feature that lets you find these. In the past, you could only find end cities in the Chunkbase for the end, but now you can actually find the gateway portals, which is great because we don't want to use Chunkbase to find end cities. We're not doing that on this server. But the end gateways is going to be a really cool thing, so I'll try to find one that's kind of close, but also not one that people are going to be running into all the time. And yeah, so I think I'll go find that and then catch you guys over in the end, and we can get started on the project. Okay, this one seems pretty good. No reason not to use it. It's not super close to our original gateway portal, but it's not too far either. So I can just let people know not to come near this area. Because you don't want to load it unnecessarily. But yeah, with that, let's go ahead and get the portal set up, actually. So, yeah, first let's chop down some of these things. And also, while I'm here, I probably want to grab some of these things, because I haven't gotten the any of the flowers yet. Let's go ahead and try that out. But the main thing that we're going to want to do is actually, you can still do that trick where you grow a red mushroom into, I mean, it probably works with a brown one too, but in the tutorial it shows you how to do it. Oh my god, I didn't realize I procced an enderman. What the? This dude's still mad at me? Where? Let's get rid of this guy. Okay. Yeah, so you can still grow a red mushroom into the side of this, so let's go ahead and do that right now. I brought some with me. In here, perfect. So we just take the dirt, the red mushroom, and the bone meal. And then, oh god, I actually looked at another one. I am not good at this. I'm gonna die, honestly. There we go. God, there's so many right here. It would honestly be nice if someone else came in the end, so I didn't have to deal with all of these on my own. Let me just make sure I have it in the right spot. Yeah, I do. So if we place it right there, and then bone meal it up. Boom, I think it got rid of the portal, so let's go ahead and do this. I don't actually have Silk Touch on my axe, so this will just give me mushrooms back, which is fine. Okay, yeah, it worked perfectly, so that's cool. Okay, so now, that's pretty much the main part of setting it up. I think now we'll probably kick it over to a time lapse. It shouldn't be too long, because all I have to do, it's not a super big farm, like I said. So I'll build it up in a time lapse mode, and I'll catch you guys when that's done. Probably to summon in the Wither, which I'm kind of nervous about, but we'll get to that when we get there. Okay, so we finished building up most of the farm, which is great, and as you guys might be able to hear, I just got an endermite in here. So now we just want to put a name tag on him. This one's going to be named Might Shroot. There we go, perfect. Okay, and now we can put the minecart in and probably jump back down into here. Okay, let's get back out. This guy can actually deal some damage. But yeah, now what we want to do is set it up so that the minecart instead goes this way. Oh, it still connects there. Actually, that's fine. Just have to push it. Okay. Yeah, now that we could get a bunch of ender pearls from the Enderman farm, that was a lot better. So, that was definitely a relief. Also, what we're gonna want to do is that, like that, and then that, and then the last thing, and hopefully it falls into the correct spot, is if we just break this block. I think that it should just land there and be completely perfect. We can just break this entire thing. Yep. Alright, okay, that went really well. Okay, perfect. Nice. And also with the netherite armor, throwing the ender pearls repeatedly over and over again doesn't deal as much damage to you, which is really nice. So that was great. But anyway, now that we're almost finished here, we're not completely done, and there's a few more things we actually need to get like resource-wise. But I can give you guys a quick overview of how this works. Obviously, if you want the farm details, check out Ray's video. And I'll have that linked, of course. So basically, the Endermen will spawn up there. We have a super high AFK platform so that they can only spawn on that platform. Then, the Endermite attracts them. They fall down here. They land in this chamber, and the Wither will be right in here. And the Wither will shoot skulls at them and drop Wither roses when they die. And then I'm going to sort the Wither roses here. I don't think we need storage for Ender Pearls because we're also getting those from the other farm. But yeah, anyway, the reason I made this little area here is because if you don't know, this spot right here is actually for a chicken to sit. So I have made a little mechanism. We can throw eggs in there. And then also, to get the Wither's attention, what you do is you open the trap door so that he focuses on the chicken, and then close it before he shoots it, which is a little bit tricky to do sometimes. And also, you need to make sure he's not focusing on you. So it is a little bit nerve-wracking to do. But yeah, I'm gonna wait to summon in the Wither until we get chickens. Hopefully, we can get maybe some bulk eggs from free stamps because he owns the egg, or not the egg, but the chicken shop. So I wonder if he has eggs. I don't know. I need to find some way to get eggs, and then I'll be back over here once I figure that out, and then we can actually probably get the farm up and running. Okay, so tragically, I couldn't find anyone on the server who actually had a supply of eggs. So I used like the one stack that I had in a chest. spawn one singular chicken, and from there I just waited and grew up like a huge population of chickens. So now I have like just an egg farm where they just lay eggs and then get into hoppers. But anyway, I brought back 3 stacks. It's still not super fast, but hopefully this should be able to spawn one. If it's not, that's just really unlucky. So what we should be able to do is just throw one into there. Oh, well, there you go. Second try, huh? That's not too bad at all, actually. Okay, so we got one in there. I'll leave these in here in case we need to spawn another one, but now we can look into summoning the Wither. Okay, guys, so I'm a little bit nervous about this, even though I've actually built this farm once before, but, it actually went a little haywire once before. I was able to fix it in the end, but I think I should be able to do it pretty well this time. I'm still just a little bit worried. So let's see. I have everything ready. I'll get the skulls and the soul sand. So basically what we have here, this little guardrail is so that he doesn't look at any endermans around here. I tried to light up this area around here mostly though, so that endermen don't really spawn that much. And then the dirt around here is because I'm planning on placing water in there at first so that he doesn't like blow up too much stuff when when the Wither initially spawns in. And then yeah, basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna spawn it in, then we're gonna place water, then we're gonna run over there, and once he is done being like the blue form and turns to the Wither itself, then we'll want to make sure it gets the attention on the chicken as fast as possible without actually killing the chicken. So it's a little bit, it has to be pretty quick, but let's just hope that this doesn't go disastrously wrong. Cross your fingers for me. Here we go. Okay. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. Where's the block? There we go. Okay, so that, and we just place it in T shape. I just watched Raiseworks do this. So now what we want to do is place water there, and then run over here like this. We don't want the Wither to see us at first. And there we go. Okay. So now we want to open this up for a short time until he focuses on. There we go. There we go. He sees the chicken and nothing else, I believe. Is the chicken still in there? Yes. Yes. Enderman, I wouldn't recommend that, my guy. Okay, so yeah, it's actually working now. All right, guys, we're back from AFKing, and we were at it for about an hour. I just sat on the top. Oops, almost looked at an Enderman. And yeah, so around 1 hour, and check it out. Oh my gosh, we got a full chest plus a little bit more. So I think I'm going to go ahead and bundle these up into shulker boxes, take the full double chest. I made sure to turn off explosion noises while we're over here because those were getting really annoying. So yeah, if we just pack these all away into ender chests and then, or not ender chests, shulker boxes, and then, yeah, so I think we'll take what we've got, we'll head back to our base, and then we can start working on the next project. Alright guys, so here's what's gonna happen now. The next project that we're gonna do today is gonna be a bit of a grind, and I say today, but you know what, it might take me more than 1 day. So I'm planning on doing some of this on stream and then recording it with the replay mod to get a time lapse done. And so, yeah, I think, once again, follow my Twitch stream, another plug. But yeah, we're just gonna hop straight into this, and I think we're gonna get the Wither skeleton farm all built up. And the first step to that is finding a suitable location. So, what I'm going to do is find a Wither, wait, no, not a Wither. I'm gonna find a nether fortress that's in a soul sand valley, because if it's in a soul sand valley, what that means is that we have to do a minimal amount of spawn proofing. Either that or if it's in a warped forest, but those are pretty hard to find because it only spawns there if it's inside of another biome as well. Either way, Soul Sand Valley will be the way to go because only skeletons, ghasts, and I think sometimes endermen can spawn there. And even then, these spawn rates for them are so much lower than other mobs, so the mob cap doesn't get taken up. So then the only spawn proofing we have to do is slabbing off or putting buttons, pressure plates, whatever you want to do, on top of all the fortress blocks. So now I'm going to go ahead and head over, maybe use chunk paste to try and find one, and go and search for a nether fortress in a soul sand valley that will work for our farm. So see you guys over there. Okay guys, so we are back in the nether and we have traveled quite a long ways. As you can see just from our little coordinate HUD here, we have actually gone pretty far, a couple thousand blocks in each direction. And, but I think it's going to be worth it. I think it's definitely going to be worth it. I found this really nice nether fortress in creative mode on the same seed. And I also use chunk base as well. Oh god, there's a blaze tracking to me already. And so, just if we fly down here for a second, don't want to fight anything right now, but look, we're in the midst of a soul sand valley, and I used a mod called Mini HUD to check the despawn sphere, and assuming that we use those crossroads right there, or actually these two right here, I think, because I think we can even make use of the double crossroads. Not sure 100% which design I'm going to use yet, but either way, the crossroads are what you use primarily in 1.16.3, and yeah, so this is going to be completely inside of the Soul Sand Valley for the entire sphere that mobs stay spawned in, which means that the mob cap will be low most of the time, assuming we mob-proof the rest of the fortress, which I'm planning on doing in a stream and building this thing up. But for you guys watching this video, it will look like just a time lapse. Wow, I really look like I'm living on the edge here. Let me back a little bit. So yeah, I think that I'm going to take a little break from Minecraft and then get back to it with a stream and record it with replay mod, and you guys will see a finished time lapse of me putting together this farm in addition to mob proofing the area around it. So let's get started on that, and I will go ahead and see you guys when we are done with that. Alright, welcome back everyone. I hope you enjoyed the time lapse. That was a ton of footage. I think we recorded on the replay mod for a total of around 3 hours, and I've just been on that grind, placing down the slabs and then eventually building up the farm. And I am about to turn around and show you guys why it is worth it. I'm going to show you all something extremely ridiculous. Are you ready? Okay, check this out. Oh my goodness, there's so many wither skeletons in here. It's absolutely insane. And the funny part is, I've actually gotten 4 skulls just in the process of building this farm. And I'm sure if I actually took the time to kill these guys, they would. But what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna leave these guys here for now, because there's one last step to the farm, and that is to actually make the killing mechanism. And for that, we need to put piglins into these spots, okay? So, we have to get piglins. Unfortunately, the piglins can't spawn in the Soul Sand Valley, so what I think I'm gonna do is go up and tunnel out to another biome that they can spawn in, and then, like, boat them over, or maybe get rails or something like that, and then, just drop them down here safely, of course. And, that should, get the farm almost done. The problem is, since we ended up going with a design by Raiseworks, but in his design, he only uses 1 intersection. I decided to use 2 to make it that much more efficient. Not to mention, he uses a tamed wolf to kill the skeletons. I'm actually just going to be using looting because they were able to secure this whole perimeter for the most part. So, yeah, so this is where the skeletons are going to end up, but the tricky part is actually going to be getting them into there, because what we have to do is first get them into those chutes right there with the piglins, but then we have to put them together into a center point, and we can't use water in the nether, so what we're probably going to have to do is use even another piglin, or we could potentially use tamed wolves to scare them into the middle, but I'm not sure if the range is high enough on that. So I'm going to get this figured out, and I think I'll go ahead and just jump back to you guys once I am finishing the farm up, and we can give it a good test. Hey guys, do you like my Wither Skeleton cosplay? No, I'm just kidding. I should probably put my elytra back on, or I'll try to fly, and I won't be able to. But anyway, we have tons of progress since the last clip, and I have to show you guys what's going on here. Let's also get our helmet back on. This farm basically is what you would call absolutely ridiculous, and it might look from it right now like I'm dropping the skeletons to their death, but that's not actually the case. This farm just fills up so fast that sometimes they just die of collision damage or suffocation damage because there's so many in here. So let's just go ahead and take a swipe at them. And with Sweeping Edge, actually we don't even need Sweeping Edge because they drop to 1 hit. So, let me show you guys what I've done to optimize the farm here. So, first of all, I decided to take an area out of the lava here, which actually looks really cool. I love how we're, like, surrounded by the lava. It's freaking amazing. And yeah, we'll have to get some more glass if we want to, like, continue it downwards. But before I go down to the storage system, let's take a look at the actual farm, because we got all the piglins in here, and it's working perfectly. They drop down to a second layer, which then funnels them into a singular spot with a third piglin. And then once they do that, they fall down into the chute, which takes them down 23 blocks, bringing them to 1 hit. So I don't even need smite. I just have my normal sword here. I take a swipe at them, and they die. Sometimes the items fall out of here, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. As long as the Wither Skeleton skulls don't fall out of here. But honestly, this farm's so fast that losing the occasional skull really won't even matter, so honestly. So, see, as you can see, we're getting, like, lots and lots of skulls. Sometimes the skeletons will pick back up the skulls. But either way, let's take a look at the storage system, because the problem I was having with this farm at first, well, I don't know if it's a problem, but it was too fast. The storage system with 1 singular hopper was not good enough. So I had to upgrade. And what we did to upgrade it was what we have here, if I can get a good look at it, is we have the hopper funneling into 2 minecart hoppers that are both taking it out of there, but splitting it into 2 separate sorting systems. So now we have 2 separate sorting systems just mirrored on both sides, and that seems to be doing the trick. It's funny because I made this farm so that we could expand to more layers if we wanted to, but I don't think that's even necessary, and that might even cause us more storage problems if we do that. This thing's just way too fast. Oh my god. So let's take a look at what we've gotten so far. First of all, I crafted up a bunch of the bones and coal, but that's not even that much, because we're getting more and more. And we've already gotten more coal than we've mined in the entire season, and you might be thinking, wow, that's not that many wither skeleton skulls, but you have to keep in mind, we have 41 in each of these to account for the sorting system, which I don't even mind, because if I do an AFK session at here, we'll probably get tons and tons more, so it's absolutely ridiculous. Bones are looking good as well. Coal is looking good as well. And what that means is we're going to have a sustainable fuel source for the entire season, which is amazing. And also, we don't have to use the skeleton farm, which is not really getting use thanks to the Enderman farm. We don't have to use that anymore to get bones, because this will provide for us, and we can continue to sell bones to our server mates. And that's absolutely fantastic. So this farm is just, I can't even describe how happy I am with this farm. It's like, it's so fast. Oh my god. Although, one thing I should mention at the end here, the reason I don't have my netherite sword is because I actually died a couple of times right at the end. I didn't die for most of the entire process of building this farm up, but then I got into a little bit of a sticky situation at the end, and I died 3 times trying to get my stuff back. But eventually I got most of it back, as you can see. I just lost my sword, but I was able to craft up another one, and we should actually put netherite on that. Cool thing, yeah, like I said, we don't need smite, we can just use sharpness because they're already one hit. And yeah, it's so good. I love it. Yeah, we're gonna be rich off of this farm once we start selling beacons and wither skulls, and we can honestly sell coal too. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. Well, guys, while we're sitting here watching the wither skeletons plummet to their death, that is gonna have to be it for today's episode. We got a tremendous amount done, and honestly, this might be the biggest episode in terms of progress, especially industrial-wise. I mean, we didn't do any, like, crazy builds, aesthetic-wise, but this is absolutely a ridiculous farm, and I'm so happy with it, because we're honestly just going to make so many diamonds off of it. Oh, more wither skeleton skulls. There it is. And, yeah, so I can't wait to actually build a shop up and start providing the Cornerstone members with beacons, because I know I want a beacon, and they're gonna want some too. But anyway, let me know what you thought of this episode, and what you thought of the farms that we built today. I think they're absolutely insane, and we will have even more stuff coming in the next episode, probably pretty soon. And I know this episode took a little bit longer to get out, but that's just because we did a lot of work in this episode. I spent pretty much all day yesterday spawn proofing and building this farm, and then finished up the storage system today. So it's working great now, and I'm really happy with it. So if you enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed making it, please feel free to hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel and want to see more Cornerstone SMP, feel free to subscribe. I will have more videos coming very soon, but without further ado, guys, this has been Bodhi, and I will see you all in the next episode.